Have you felt like something big is about to shift, but can't quite explain why? That's not your imagination. It's energy, and it's rising. Between May 13th, the 15th, and 17th, a rare cosmic alignment is peeking a window where universal energy meets divine timing. In this brief moment, 6 powerful numbers emerge. They're not random, they're ancient, and they're meant for those who are ready to receive wealth, clarity, and transformation. If you've been feeling blocked emotionally, financially, or spiritually, these numbers might be the breakthrough you didn't know you were waiting for. But this alignment doesn't last, and if you scroll past this moment, you might miss the message the universe has been quietly sending all along. So before we begin, give this video a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future insights. And here's your first energetic shift. Comment below. I welcome growth and harmony into my life. That simple act sets your intention, and that intention begins your transformation. Let's dive in. Your numbers are waiting. Part 1, number 18, Resilience through Silent Strength. Let's start our journey with a number that doesn't roar for attention, but instead walks beside you quietly, like a trusted guide through life's most difficult moments. Number 18. If you've ever felt like life has tested you again and again, if progress feels like a mirage, always close, never within reach, then number 18 might just be your sacred companion. In spiritual numerology, 1 represents leadership and beginnings. 8 represents power, karmic balance, and financial cycles. Together they form 18, an energy of resilient progression, 1 step at a time. When reduced 1 plus 8, we get 9, the number of completion and spiritual wisdom. But unlike the flashy energy of manifesting abundance instantly, 18 speaks to a deeper kind of wealth, earned wisdom, quiet strength, and the courage to keep going when there's no applause. The truth about growth. It's not always loud. We often think that wealth or transformation comes with dramatic, movie-worthy moments. But the energy of 18 says otherwise. It's not the loud success story. It's the person who rebuilds after losing everything. The parent who silently sacrifices so their child has a better future. The small business owner who keeps the doors open despite mounting debt. This number honors the journey, not the results. It whispers, don't measure your value by what you've achieved, but by what you've endured and who you've become. Lunar wisdom, the moon, and the number 18. Astrologically, 18 resonates with the moon, a symbol of cycles, emotion, hidden, strength, and feminine power. The moon doesn't shine on its own, it reflects. Yet its pull is strong enough to move oceans. This is exactly how the number 18 operates. It reminds us strength isn't about domination. It's about endurance. It's about adapting without breaking. It's about getting up again, even when no one's watching. And in the sacred days of May 13th, 15th, and 17th, the energy of 18 is at its sharpest, like a blade forged by persistence. If you've been struggling to see results, this number invites you to realign your focus, not on what's missing, but on what's maturing beneath the surface. Let me tell you a story. There's a woman I once knew named Lan. She was in her late 50s, widowed and drowning in debt after her husband's unexpected passing. She had no business experience, but decided to open a small tea shop to make ends meet. The first year, almost no customers. The second, slight improvement. The third, she nearly gave up, but she didn't. She woke up every day at 4 a.m. to boil water, arrange herbs, and sweep the storefront. Quiet, steady, consistent. By year 5, her shop became a local favorite, known not just for tea but for her energy. People said they felt calm around her, stable, like her presence healed them. That's number 18. Not quick wealth, but quiet mastery. Wealth not just in bank accounts, but in soul currency. If you're reading this and feeling discouraged, remember this. You're not late. You're in alignment. Number 18 reminds us that the universe doesn't reward speed. It rewards steadiness. It honors those who stay when it's hard, rebuild without recognition, and believe in a future even when the present feels empty. So if you're in the middle of a struggle, financial, emotional, spiritual, know this. You're not being blocked. You're being built. Let 18 be your anchor, your quiet power, your candle in the dark. The journey continues. Next, we'll awaken something even deeper. Number 11, the Gateway of Intuition, Part 2. Number 11, Awakening Inner Vision. Some truths don't come through books, logic, or lessons. They arrive in silence. In that moment, your gut tightens for no reason. In the dream that repeats even though you try to ignore it. In the strange coincidences that keep happening. Same time, same number, same message. That's not chance. That's intuition. And number 11 is the key that unlocks it. 11, the master number of awakening. In the world of numerology, 11 is a master number unlike ordinary digits. It doesn't follow the rules of linear thinking. It's electric, spiritual, and deeply prophetic. It doesn't whisper, it activates. 11 is the number of the seer, the intuitive, the light worker. It opens doorways between what's visible and what's not, between what you think and what your soul already knows. If 18 is about endurance, 11 is about clarity, seeing through the fog of fear and into the truth of your soul's message. The sacred thin veil. During May 13th, the 15th, and 17th, the veil between your physical world and your inner knowing becomes especially thin. This is not just spiritual theory. It's cosmic timing. You may start seeing repeating numbers on clocks, getting strong feelings before events happen, or dreaming more vividly. That's 11 working through you. It says, you already know. You're just not listening yet. Most people ignore these signs. They chalk them up to weird coincidences or overthinking, but not you. If you're here reading this, it means your inner vision is awakening, and 11 is your confirmation. I once met a young artist named Marco. He was on the verge of quitting art after years of rejections. Then in 1 week, he started seeing the number 1111 everywhere, on receipts, phone calls, even a billboard. That same week, he had a dream about a painting of a golden doorway. It stayed with him, so he created it. He uploaded it online, no expectations. That one painting was seen by a collector who bought it for thousands and connected him to a gallery. His career began not from strategy, but from a sign, from intuition, from 11. That's the power of trusting what you feel, not just what you see. Uranus, planet of revelation. Astrologically, number 11 pulses with the energy of Uranus, the planet of disruption, sudden change, and revelation. It's not comfortable, but it's necessary. Uranus doesn't let you sleep through your awakening. It shakes you. It opens your eyes. It makes sure you see what you've been avoiding. If you felt strange energy this May, restless, emotional, sharp, it's 11, pulling back the curtain and showing you what's underneath the surface of your current life. Your inner compass is trying to speak. So what should you do with this energy? Simple. Pause. Tune in. Trust. Start writing down your dreams. Follow your gut when making decisions. Pay attention to signs, even if they seem silly. And most importantly, ask yourself, what have I been sensing but ignoring your sacred challenge? Right now, drop this in the comments. Yes, I'm ready for abundance in the first days of May. This is not just a statement. It's a spiritual declaration. Let the number 11 activate your higher path, because you already have the answers. You just need the courage to trust them. Next, we step into action with the number that builds what you envision. Part 3. Number 22, the sacred architect of destiny. If number 11 opens your spiritual eyes, then number 22 puts tools in your hands. This isn't a number of passive faith. It's the number that says, now that you see clearly, what will you build with it? Known as the Master Builder, number 22 takes your highest spiritual insight and grounds it into real-world action. This is where vision becomes structure, where dreams become blueprints, and where intentions finally become results. The bridge between heaven and earth. In Numerology 22 is called the bridge between the spiritual and material worlds. 2. Duality Balance Partnership. Doubled into 22, it creates a powerful synergy that blends divine vision with focused execution. This is the number for those who are done waiting, for those who know that wishing is no longer enough. It's time to act, but with sacred purpose, not chaos. Let me tell you about Joseph, a man in his 60s, who had dreamed for decades of writing a memoir. He believed his story could heal others, but for years he waited for the right moment. Then one May, he kept seeing the number 22 everywhere. License plates, elevator buttons, even a fortune cookie. He took it as a sign and finally began writing. Slowly, imperfectly. 6 months later, his book was self-published. A small press picked it up. It now sits in trauma recovery centers across the country. That's not luck. That's sacred action, aligned with divine timing. 22 doesn't demand perfection. It demands commitment. Saturn, the planet of structure and karma. Astrologically, 22 hums with the energy of Saturn, the planet of discipline, boundaries, karma, and long-term reward. Saturn doesn't give easy gifts. It watches, it measures, it remembers. And then when it sees effort combined with integrity, it blesses abundantly. So if you've been planting seeds, working quietly, trying to build something with soul, this is the time the foundation gets stronger. The days of May 13th, 15th, and 17th are your cosmic green light. Don't waste them doubting yourself. Use them to pour your energy into something that will still matter years from now. The blueprint. Within you. Here's a truth most people miss. Every dream comes with its own architecture. But you must be willing to draft the plan, revise it, show up every day, and build stone by stone. That's what 22 teaches us. Success isn't born from inspiration. It's born from sacred structure. And no matter how behind you feel, if you start today, you're right on time. Your sacred practice. Take 10 minutes today to write down, what do I really want to create in this life? What's one small physical action I can take this week? What old habit or distraction is getting in the way? Let your answers become your foundation. Let your discipline become your devotion. Anchor the energy right. Now type in the comments, I am ready to build something sacred. Because when you declare it, the universe begins to respond. With 22 guiding you, you're not just hoping for change. You're becoming the architect of it. Part 4, number 27, the Karmic Gateway to Soul Evolution. There comes a point in every journey where dreaming isn't enough, where doing isn't enough. And you realize the real change must begin within. That's the territory of number 27. Not just a number, but a karmic gateway where past, present, and future converge to awaken the truth of who you are meant to become. The alchemy of 2 and 7. In numerology, 2 brings harmony, sensitivity, and spiritual connection. 7 brings inner wisdom, spiritual awakening, and deep introspection. When combined, 27 becomes a number of soul reckoning, where external goals meet internal truths. And when reduced, 2 plus 7, you get 9, the number of completion and spiritual fulfillment. This is not about chasing external success. It's about transcending outdated versions of yourself. It's where ambition meets awareness and action meets healing. Let me tell you about Rosa, a woman in her 40s who had built a successful life career house, even recognition in her community. But deep down, she carried the emotional scars of abandonment from childhood. Despite the outer achievements, she never felt safe. Until one day, May 15th, she found an old journal entry she'd written as a teenager, where she had written the number 27 circled in red. She had no memory of why. That same week, she kept encountering 27. Her cafe receipt totaled 27 euros. She got 27 likes on a post about childhood wounds, and a spiritual mentor mentioned it during a meditation session. She took it as a sign and began therapy, inner child work, and ancestral healing. Now she says, "I don't just have success. I finally feel free." That's the energy of 27. Karma isn't punishment. It's permission to evolve. In many spiritual traditions, including Buddhism, karma isn't about being punished for the past. It's a chance to understand, to choose differently, and to rise. 27 appears in your life when it's time to confront what you've avoided, heal what you've hidden, break cycles you've normalized. If the energies of May 13th, 15th, and 17th feel intense, emotional, or uncertain, it's not chaos. It's cleansing. It means your soul is ready. Mystics and prophets on 27 seers like Nostradamus and Baba Vanga revered 27 as a moment of karmic shift. Nostradamus spoke of 27 as a number of judgment and alignment. Baba Vanga saw it as the number of sacred return, when all that's been hidden resurfaces for release. But here's the beautiful twist. This is not punishment. It's redemption. It's the soul saying, "You've learned enough. Now rise." A question for your evolution. What part of your past is still shaping your present? Is it guilt? Is it shame? Is it someone else's story? You're still living? 27 asks you to pause, not to wallow, but to reclaim your power. Write this down somewhere private. I release what no longer serves me. I choose growth, clarity, and inner freedom. Say it, feel it, and begin again. Anchor the shift drop. This in the comments now. I welcome soul evolution and karmic clarity, because by naming it, you claim it. 27 is not the end. It's the beginning of who you were always meant to be once you shed what no longer fits. Next, we move into grounding and healing with the number that restores you after the storm. Part 5, number 44. The Master Healer of May, after the inner awakenings, the karmic reckoning, and the spiritual work of transformation. What remains? Number 44. Not a number of drama, not a number of urgency, but a number that arrives like a wise elder quietly whispering, "Now let's rebuild," but stronger than before. Foundation over flash. In numerology, the number 4 stands for stability, hard work, and steady growth. When it's doubled into 44, it becomes a master number 1 of grounded power, divine protection, and sacred healing. This isn't a number that brings overnight miracles. It brings lasting results. It blesses those who are ready to lay new foundations, not on fear or chaos, but on clarity, patience, and purpose. Think of 44 as the spiritual architect who doesn't just help you build a house, but a home you can trust with your future. Healing is not always soft. One of the greatest misunderstandings about healing is that it should feel peaceful and easy. But true healing is strength building. It's waking up the morning after you've cried yourself to sleep and showing up anyway. It's setting boundaries with people you once feared losing. It's learning to trust again, not because others are perfect, but because you've changed. And that's what 44 brings in the sacred days of May 13th, 15th, and 17th. The opportunity to fortify emotionally, financially, spiritually. It says you've done the inner work. Now let's protect it. Let me share the story of Jason, a once successful entrepreneur who lost everything, his business, marriage, and confidence during a financial crash. He isolated for months, ashamed and broken. Then during meditation one evening in early May, he kept hearing the number 44. The next day he saw it on a building address, then again on a random invoice. He finally looked it up and read, 44 is the master healer rebuild with wisdom. That was his turning point. Jason didn't try to start a new company immediately. Instead, he focused on rebuilding his daily rhythm, sleep meals, breath prayer. He journaled what went wrong not to punish himself, but to protect his future self. And slowly, without force, his energy returned. He began mentoring other struggling entrepreneurs. Today, he says, losing everything gave me the wisdom to build something better. That's 44 in motion. Astrological power rooted in responsibility, 44, vibrates with the earthy, disciplined energy of Saturn and the protective resonance of the guardian archetype. It asks, are you willing to do the quiet work? Can you stay consistent even when it's not exciting? Will you trust the timing instead of forcing the outcome? Because healing isn't about getting back what you lost. It's about realizing what was never meant to stay and building something wiser in its place. Ask yourself, what area of my life needs rebuilding, not rushing? Where have I been patching wounds instead of truly healing them? What small habit today could become the foundation of peace? Tomorrow, I'll claim it publicly. Drop this in the comments. I am rebuilding stronger with the wisdom of 44. Let 44 become your pillar. A number of healing that doesn't erase your pain but makes meaning out of it. As we close this sacred journey through the numbers of May, remember 18 gave you endurance, 11 awakened your vision, 22 built your blueprint, 27 transformed your soul, and now 44 fortifies your foundation. You're not starting over, you're starting wiser. Part 6, number 7, listening to the silence within. When was the last time you sat in stillness long enough to hear what your soul has been trying to say? We live in a world that praises noise speed and constant achievement. But number 7 invites you into something radical. Silence, reflection, inner truth. While the other sacred numbers of May guide us to build, transform, and act, 7 asks us to pause, listen, and reconnect. This number doesn't speak loudly. It whispers in between your thoughts. It doesn't point outward. It draws you inward. And yet, it holds immense spiritual power. The wisdom of 7 in numerology. In numerology, 7 is the seeker, the philosopher, the spiritual teacher. It represents deep thinking, intuition, solitude, and the sacred mystery of life. Unlike numbers that manifest in action, 7 thrives in observation. It invites questions like, what is truly meaningful in my life? Am I aligned with my soul, or just following the crowd? What do I need to let go of to feel free? And when you listen, really listen, a 7 answers with clarity that no external voice can provide. The power of May's quiet moments. During May 13th, the 15th, and 17th, as the universe activates numbers like 22 action and 44 healing, number 7 becomes even more essential. Why? Because every action must begin from alignment. Every healing requires space to process. Every transformation starts with self-honesty. 7 says, don't rush to fix. First, learn to understand. In Buddhist practice, this is echoed in right view, the understanding of reality, as it truly is not as we fear it or wish it to be. And 7 helps us see clearly by removing distraction. Let me share the story of Elias, a man who had everything a great job-loving partner. Nice home, but felt constantly anxious and emotionally empty. He kept chasing goals, hoping they would silence the restlessness. Then he took a solo trip to a mountain monastery for a week-long retreat. No phone, no internet, no to-do lists. At first he panicked, but by the third day something shifted. In silence, he heard his real voice for the first time in years. It wasn't loud, but it was honest. You're living someone else's dream. That insight changed everything. He didn't quit his job right away, but he started painting again, something he loved as a child. 6 months later, he turned it into a side business, not because he needed success, but because he finally heard his truth and trusted it. That's number 7 in motion. The mystical influence of Neptune. Astrologically, 7 is associated with Neptune, the planet of dreams, intuition, and the spiritual realm. Neptune blurs the lines between logic and feeling, between material and soul. And number 7 helps us navigate this fog, not with analysis, but with stillness. So if things feel uncertain or confusing, in mid-May, don't panic. It's not a breakdown. It's an invitation to reflect more deeply. Ask yourself, what truth have I been afraid to hear? What wisdom is waiting in the silence? Where in my life have I been busy but not aligned? Then declare your willingness to tune in. Drop this in the comments, I trust the silence to reveal my truth. Because sometimes the quietest moments hold the loudest answers. With 7, you no longer chase clarity. You receive it. Part 7. Buddhist wealth. Practices and energetic rituals. Wealth is not what you hold in your hands. It's what flows through your life. Now that you've discovered the 6 powerful numbers, 18, 11, 22, 27, 44, and 7, you may be wondering, how do I actually use this energy? How do I align with it so it creates real transformation? That's where ancient Buddhist wealth practices come in, not as superstition, but as sacred rituals that shift your vibration and clear space for abundance to enter. 1. Morning Dharma Reflection. 10 minutes each morning. Start your day with intentional silence and clarity. Each morning between May 13th and 17th, ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? What fear can I release today? What energy do I choose to carry? This daily reflection acts like a compass, keeping your energy aligned with peace and presence, not scarcity or chaos. You can write your answers down in a small journal beside your bed, or light a candle and speak them aloud before starting your day. 2. Seed Planting Ritual. May 15th at sunrise, this ancient practice combines earth energy with intention setting. You'll need a small plant pot or patch of soil, 6 seeds symbolizing the 6 lucky numbers, a small piece of paper, a candle optional, step-by-step 1. Write your 6 lucky numbers on the paper. 2. Beneath each number, write an intention. 18, I endure and overcome. 11, I trust my inner voice. 22, I build with clarity. 27, I release and evolve. 44, I heal and protect. 07, I listen and receive. 3, bury this paper under the soil. 4, plant your seeds, gently watering them as you whisper each intention aloud. 5, light the candle as a symbol of energetic activation. Place the pot where it can receive sunlight daily. This isn't about growing a physical plant. It's about growing a spiritual energy that you've now rooted in the material world. 3. Dana Practice Secret Generosity 3-Day Challenge. In Buddhist tradition, Dana generosity is the first of the 10 perfections and the fastest way to invite abundance. But the key, give without needing recognition. Try this over 3 days. Day 1. Send a kind message or money anonymously to someone in need. Day 2. Pay for the next person's coffee or leave a small gift where it can be found. Day 3. Donate your time, energy, or skills to someone who wouldn't expect it. Each time you give, whisper inwardly, as I give freely, the universe flows freely through me. Generosity clears energy. It unsticks flow, and it turns you into a channel, not a container. 4. Evening gratitude. Invocation before bed, sit for 5 minutes in stillness. Recite this affirmation aloud or silently. I am grateful for what has come, what is here, and what is on the way. Visualize each of your 6 lucky numbers glowing in front of you, then dissolving into golden light that enters your heart. Feel the frequency of trust, peace, and wealth settle into your body as you drift into sleep. You don't need to be perfect, you only need to be present. Use these simple rituals not as rules but as reminders. Reminders that wealth is not something you chase, it's something you allow. And when your energy, thoughts, and actions align, you become the magnet for it. Let the numbers 18, 11, 22, 27, 44, and 7 be your compass. Let these Buddhist rituals be your daily anchor. And let your life rise in harmony with the sacred flow of May. By now, you haven't just learned 6 sacred numbers, you've unlocked 6 keys to your next chapter. Each one carries a vibration. 18 whispers, keep going. 11 reveals, trust what you know without proof. 22 affirms, build with intention. 27 challenges, transform with courage. 44 grounds, heal and fortify. 7 softens, return to your inner voice. This isn't just numerology, it's energy in motion. And the universe is no longer waiting for you to be ready. It's inviting you to begin. Between May 13th, the 15th, and 17th, a sacred window opens. But here's the secret, it's not the numbers that change your life. It's what you do with them. Let this not be just another beautiful message you scroll past. Let this be the moment you chose to align with presence, purpose, and power. So here's your final invitation. Like this video to anchor your energy. Subscribe to receive ongoing guidance. And most importantly, comment below. I claim aligned wealth, wisdom, and growth. Because once declared, the path begins to rise to meet you. Your journey has already started. The numbers have spoken. Now it's your move.